In this video, we'll be talking about mixed numbers. Now, mixed numbers are just a mixture of two types of numbers. You will have an integer as well as a proper fraction. So an example of that would be 2 3/4. Now that number can actually be really confusing for your students. Their common mistake is thinking of it of 2 3/4 as 2 times 3/4. In actuality, it means 2 plus 3/4. So now we're going to learn how to write 2 3/4 as a proper fraction. In this video particularly, we're going to be working with BB&T method. So BB&T sounds like the bank. It represents the bottom times the base plus the top. So the bottom is your denominator. The base is your large number, your integer, and then of course the top is the top number. So we're going to do exactly what BB&T says. We're going to take the bottom and multiply it by the base. Then you're going to add plus the top. So you'll have the bottom times the base, which would be 8, and then plus 3. So that gives you 11. So you'll have 11 on the top, and then the bottom number, the denominator 4, remains the denominator of the improper fraction. So let's look at this visually. So if I have a nail that is 2 3/4, let's see if we can figure out how many quarters it is, how many fourths it is. So let's mark each of the fourths on the ruler. Now let's just count the number of purple dots, the number of fourths. And you'll find we do have 11 fourths, just like when we did BB&T. I want to look at the starred one, the blue starred one in the middle, -1 3/7. This is often confusing for the students because of the negative. So you need to think of it this way, as a negative outside of a parenthesis. So we're going to work with just the 1 3/7, then add in the negative later. So my 1 3/7, I'm going to do the base, the bottom times the base, 7 times 1, then add my 3. So I'm going to wind up with 10/7, and then I just bring down the negative. So the common mistake is for students to multiply 7 times the -1, which would give them -7 plus 3. So that really does mess them up. And they wind up with -4/7. So for class tomorrow, I would like for you to turn in the very first one, 3 2/5. Write that as an improper fraction using the BB&T method.